One of the advantages of the Rigicon implant is that the button is easily accessible, but this does not prevent the patient in the Coloplast penile implant from knowing where the button is pressed. After that, the patient trains on it and becomes able to use it. Now, what are the available types of the triple hydraulic penile implant? In Egypt, there are currently 2 available types of triple hydraulic implant, the Coloplast and the Rigicon. Both are American-made. The difference is that the Coloplast implant has been in use for past years, and we have been installing and testing it over the years. The Rigicon implant is relatively new but has proven its effectiveness recently. The Coloplast and Rigicon implants are almost the same, with 2 fundamental differences between them. Firstly, the pump in the Rigicon implant is slightly larger and the button is more noticeable and prominent. Some people may perceive this as a disadvantage, but it is actually a feature that makes it easier for the patient to locate and use the button easily. In the Coloplast implant, the button is not easily noticeable, and it takes time for the patient to become accustomed to feeling it. If we compare the appearance of the 2 pumps, as you can see, the pump in the Rigicon is larger and the button is more visible. While some may consider this a drawback in the Rigicon, it is, in fact, a feature that makes the pump easy for the patient to feel and the button easy to press. This is one of the advantages of the Rigicon, the accessibility of the button. However, this does not prevent the patient in the Coloplast implant from learning how to locate the button and becoming trained to use it. So, this is the first difference. The second difference is that if we remember that we previously mentioned a key feature of the triple implant, which is the unlimited circumferential expansion or the unlimited expansion in diameter. Every time the patient presses on the implant, the diameter increases, and the more they press, the more the diameter increases. However, the length remains constant. In the Coloplast implant, the diameter increases, but the length remains constant. However, in the Rigicon implant, they have introduced a new type that increases in both length and girth. The Coloplast implant increases in diameter with unlimited expansion, while the Rigicon implant increases in both length and girth. In the demonstration or illustrative example in front of us, we can see the old implant on one side and the new implant on the other side, both in a relaxed position the same length. However, it becomes evident that the new type shows how it increases in diameter and length when in use. So, when using the implant, we find that one of them extends and the other remains stable. The implant increases in both diameter and length, as you can see. This is the first type of implant, and this is the new type. When the new implant is inflated, it increases in both diameter and length. However, the Coloplast implant only increases in diameter. This is the second or essential difference in the Rigicon implant, as it increases in both diameter and length when inflated. The advantage of this, or how it will benefit us, will be discussed later. However, here we are explaining the difference between 2 types of triple implants. If we say that the crutch is, for example, size 14, every time I press it, it gives me a larger diameter. The implant increases in diameter with me, but not in length. We can say that the implant has reached a diameter of, for example, 18 and 20 millimeter, which is a large diameter, but the length remains the same. However, aside from that, both of them are hydrophilic coated, covered with a protective layer that absorbs antibiotics. Both are American-made. The difference is that Coloplast is an established company that has been around for many years, and we have been installing its implant for a long time. It continuously evolves. On the other hand, Rigicon can be considered a relatively new company, around 4 or 5 years. But this does not mean that any implants from this type have shown problems so far. These are the 2 types of implants available in Egypt and the Middle East. Of course, Boston has a triple implant, but it is available in the United States, not yet in Egypt. When it becomes available, we will discuss it in detail. So these are the differences between the 2 types of triple penile implants available. Both types are excellent and their results are very impressive. We have discussed the differences between them.